are not asking our government for some serious accountability. Because I don't understand why the school can get run down like. You see, you should do something that is called predictive maintenance.
Okay.
So you budget for maintenance as part of GET Fund. GET Fund money is used for infrastructure. We should have a maintenance line item in there, because most of the time I hear people saying that Ghana doesn't have a maintenance culture.
Do we, Honorable?
You don't have a maintenance budget. And that is why you don't have a maintenance culture. If there was money set aside and there's an organization that does maintenance and the money goes to them, why would there be no maintenance? So we kid ourselves by saying there's no maintenance culture. Oh, Ghana, you need maintenance culture. You don't have a maintenance budget. I budgeted for maintenance for the first time in my free senior high school budget. And because of that, I could walk into Osu Presec and send contractors there the next day to transform the school, and they did, because I had a budget. And the finance minister did not deny me. When I asked for the budget to maintain schools, they gave me the money.
But, look, whenever I get the opportunity to speak to persons like yourself, I have 1 billion questions.
Yes.
Because I sit on the other side.
Yes.
And then you sit on this side.
You see, there's a gap between my side and your side.
Yeah.
And that is why we are connecting today. It's connecting the mind. Because the bottom line is that you hear people, right?
Yeah.
On social media, lambasting us sometimes.
Yeah.
And I say to myself, I've done it.
But we don't see it.
We don't see it. That's why we are here today. We are connecting.
Let me stop you here for a minute. So if it's your first time watching Connected Minds, or you have been here before but still have not subscribed, do us a favor, because majority of the people that watch our videos have not subscribed. This doesn't help us grow beyond what we expect. So help us by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you. Now let's get back to the conversation.
So if there are some things we haven't done and we have to do, at least we agree that some things have been done. And we need to do more.
Right.
And we need to have continuity, irrespective of government, so that if Dr. Educhime is not there, we still should have a maintenance budget for senior high schools. Let me tell you, I'm the first, and probably the first in the history of the country, to get clearance to recruit estate managers for high schools so that they can maintain the buildings. So as I speak with you, I was able to recruit 100 maintenance officers who are people who have graduated from land economy, estate management, building technology, and I posted them to all the highly populated high schools across the country. I went to their training at Ejuso. So when you talk about maintenance, I even hired the people. I budgeted for the people. Because I don't understand why we cannot create a maintenance culture by having the people and the money.
So in your case, you saw the need to have a maintenance budget.
Yes.
And you started to implement some of them. But in other areas in this country, where for donkey years, we have not had maintenance culture.
That is why you need somebody at the helm who understands.
But then when you have these conversations among your peers, do they not see reason into why they need it in other areas?
Exposure is very important. Your eyes must be open to certain things for you to do it. I tell myself I'm one of the luckiest education ministers in the world.
Why?
Because not only did I teach school in America, I built schools in America. I own schools in America. How can you own schools in America and you don't do maintenance? So everything that seems to be a gap here, I look at through the lens of America, I see the gaps, and I begin to fix it. So when I look at how countries have transformed their fortunes, and fortunately for me, my PhD was in international education, and I look at how Singapore developed, studied how South Korea developed, how Vietnam is rising, and I saw that the most important vehicle was STEM education.
Right.
So I come to Ghana, become Minister for Education. I say to myself, Mr. President, we can change the course of history of this nation by implementing STEM education. Say, go ahead and do it. We can change the course of history of this country by doing gifted and talented education, because the 10% of the people that are born with special gifts, they were given to this country to transform the fortunes of this country. But we leave them frustrated. We leave them frustrated in the classroom every day. The gifted child is sitting there and saying to himself, I can solve this problem better than the teacher. But how dare him challenge the teacher? He will be in trouble. Gifted children in Ghana are the most miserable of all students. They are the ones who are more likely, if we are not careful, to even drop out. Because they don't get why certain things should be done in a certain way. But there's no avenue for them. So when you have limited resources and the very ones who are gifted and talented and can help you transform, you are not investing in them, how do you change your country? How do you transform your country? In education, there are 3 things you always have to look at. It's called access, quality, and relevance. So access means it's everyone getting opportunity to be educated.
Right.
Because the ones you leave out may be the ones who are gifted, but they happen to come from a remote village. The ones who are sitting under the trees and their classrooms are leaking and they don't get teachers to go and teach them may be your Einstein. But you've forgotten and left them behind. So when you do access and open the floodgates, also make sure that there's quality education. And you can't do quality education without infrastructure. Quality infrastructure. Without equipment. We're able to build 200 science labs across the country. Why did we do that? Because you have to improve the quality of the education that you are offering. I was traveling around opening the science labs everywhere. Now, then one most important thing before I get to relevance is assessment. What is the exams that the children are writing? When I went to the United Nations and spoke, I said something which came extempore. I did not write it down. I said that we cannot memorize our way out of poverty, but we can innovate our way out of poverty. It went viral. Now, what I meant was simple. You cannot have a curriculum where the student can just memorize and the exams is so easy that way and they can pass. In Ghana, they call it chew, pour, pass,
CPPF.
Chew, pour, pass, and forget. Now, if that is in America, they say rote memorization. They have gone away from it many, many, many years ago. And why are they doing that? You need critical thinkers.
That's right.
To change your country. So if your education system is through rote memorization, then every student, every child can go to junior high, high school, university, and you still not develop. Because they are still going to wait for somebody to give them instructions.
Yeah.
Our education system, from the exam that we are taking, we are preparing the children for routine tasks